What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis once again giving you the information that you asked me for. I want to first of all start out by saying thank you to everybody who has supported the Chaz Ellis Project on Kickstarter.com. And for some of you who have not supported the Chaz Ellis Project on Kickstarter.com, it is not too late. There are 8 days left. We're getting close, but we can get even closer. Let's make this happen. So if you haven't donated yet, click on the annotation that's going to be here, somewhere on this video. Click on that annotation and make your donation. Do it. So, for some of you who don't know, because you're not on Facebook with me, if you do donate anything, whatever you donate, you will get an email address that's going to allow you to get preferred question answering. That means that the other list will not really get checked. Yours is going to be the first one to get checked. So you're going to have the opportunity to get questions answered for you. So that's pretty cool. Also, because I get such a high volume of questions, I do need to address this because some people get upset because I don't answer their questions. Or they're like, well, you used to answer all the questions really quickly and everything. Well, that was when like 20 people would send me a question in a day. And I'm pretty quick at answering stuff. So I can answer 20 questions in a day. But when 120 or 150 people send me a question in a day, I'm not going to get to everybody. It's going to take, they'll fall behind. Some people will be months before you get a question answered, and some people won't get them answered at all. And what I realized was there's really no rhyme or reason to how you end up answering the questions. You know, it just kind of becomes, okay, this person came first. I'm trying to answer this. I'm trying to answer that. And then if you have different people asking questions on different things, it's kind of hard to figure out, you know, whose questions you want to answer. So that's why with the Kickstarter program, I said, you know what? It'd be a good idea for people who donated to the Kickstarter program to just be able to get their questions answered. Because everyone's not going to get their question answered. It's not possible. Too many people ask. So I figured it would be nice to say, if you donated, you get it on the ground floor. You get your questions answered, because not everybody's going to donate. It's going to be, you know, a way smaller number of questions on a daily basis. So it's going to be so much easier for me to answer them. To be honest with you, after this Kickstarter program, because I feel like everybody has an opportunity to go ahead and donate if you so choose. So everybody who donates is going to get that email address. And after the Kickstarter program, there may end up being a cost associated with asking questions on Ask Chazzellis, just because there's so many people who do. So don't get mad at me, because right now you can donate $1 to Kickstarter and you can get the email address. So that's a choice you make. Keep it real with yourself. Anyway, I'm answering a question right now that I get a lot, actually. And it's, how do you know that you're really falling in love? This is a question I really get a lot, because I guess it's the thing where a lot of times you may think you're in love with somebody, you think you really care about them, and you really don't. You know, sometimes you're just lonely, or sometimes you're just on a rebound. It's a bunch of different reasons. So I just came up with some of the signs that you can really tell that you're really falling in love. Number one is they make you happy when you're with them and when they leave. Some people that you deal with make you happy for a few minutes or an hour or two when you're with them, but as soon as you leave, they leave you feeling drained and upset and angry, because they just never really give you what you want. You know, they make you're happy when you're around them because you just have that idea of, oh, this is possibly going to go the way that I want it to. But then as soon as they leave and you realize, nope, it's the same crap I always deal with, you're not happy, you're upset, you're sad. So you want somebody to make you happy when they're there and when they leave. You're still happy, you're still kind of on a cloud a little bit. You really care about their happiness. This is something you got to listen to. You really care about their happiness, and don't just do things to keep them with you. There's a lot of people who wait on somebody hand and foot, cater to their every need, but they don't really do that because they want that person to be happy or they want to make that person have a good life. They do it because they feel like that's what they have to do to keep that person around. If you don't feel like that person deserves those things and that that's what you want to do for them, then you're not really in love with that person. You're just not wanting to be alone. You're not wanting them to leave. You want someone that you want to give to, and you want to give the best of yourself to. If that's not the case, you're probably not in love, and they're going to notice that, which is probably going to cause them to treat you bad. You actually want to get to know them and not just cling to the fantasy that you have about them. This is what a lot of guys do this. The first thing I mentioned, or number 3, is kind of a lot of, or I guess number 2 was something that a lot of females do. Number 3, this one I just mentioned, is something that a lot of guys do. Really. Where we'll have a fantasy about somebody, and this is what we know about, this is what we want in our lives, this is the kind of woman we want, but don't really want to get to know who the real person is, the core human being, their flaws, their mistakes, their life. We don't want to embrace that a lot of times. We want to embrace some fantasy person and don't want to really get to know the real human being and love that. And women do it too. But it's a big thing that lets you know that you don't really love the person. You pretty much love the idea of that person. And that'll come back to bite you. So that's something you really want to look into. Make sure that you actually want to know them. And as you do get to know them, you love what you learn about them. Even if it's not so good. Number 4. The relationship is about who they are, not how they are different from your exes. A lot of times you get in a relationship with somebody, and it's not necessarily about how good they are, how well they treat you, or what kind of person they are. It's usually like a comparison and contrast thing. Like, well, they're way different from my ex. Well, there's a reason why you dated your ex. So you may not necessarily want to be with somebody that's totally 100% different from them. Sometimes you do now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you dated somebody that was totally messed up and you were like, that I would never date that person again. I was in a different place in my life and I'm better now. But you don't want to make it, it shouldn't be about your ex. It should be about the person that you're dating currently. What they bring to the table, what they offer, how they treat you. It shouldn't be a situation where you're like, well, my ex, I don't like him because he was so ambitious and I don't want nobody that's anything like him. And then you get the dude that sits on the couch all day and plays Madden, and you're like, well, dang, I don't really like that either. But you liked it at first because you were comparing him to your ex. Your ex was really ambitious, and there were a lot of things about that person that you didn't like. So now you went with the polar opposite. My ex was really religious, and I want to be with somebody who's not religious because I don't want to deal with that anymore. Well, then you used to be with your ex who was always praying and telling you what you should and shouldn't do, and now you with a dude that smokes crack. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to get too far into the opposites thing. You want to like them for who they are and love them for who they are. Number 5, you are both each other's preferred company and not just defaults. Sometimes you're in a relationship with somebody because you want something to do on Friday night, not necessarily because you want to do it with them. And that's not love. That's not a real situation where you really care about somebody. All that is saying, I'd rather be with you than be alone. I wouldn't rather be with you than be with my friend. I wouldn't rather be with you than be around some other people. I would rather be with you than be by myself. So you want to be the person's preferred company, and you want them to be your preferred company. Because that's how real love develops. Number 6. You both see a future, not just one of you. A lot of times you might think you're in love with somebody, and you're really not, because you're sitting here talking about, well, we're going to get married, and we're going to have a wonderful relationship, and we're going to have 2.5 kids in a house with a picket fence, and what do you want to do, honey? I was thinking about going to Applebee's and getting me a steak real quick. Give me that appetizer sampler. I just told you all that, and that's how you come at me? Look, girl, I ain't really thinking about doing that with you. I'm talking about going to get something to eat real quick. See, you don't want to be the only person thinking about a future. And it happens with guys, too, where it's like, yeah, man, I'm thinking about us getting a house together. I'm thinking about us just falling in love, and you saying you want to have kids, and I'm thinking we're going to name my son after me. And what you think about doing, girl? I was thinking about getting some shoes, and me and my friends were going to go out. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not really seeing it like that all together yet. So y'all both have to be thinking about a future for you to be in love. Otherwise, you're just kind of chasing a dream, and it's not really... Love is a two-way street. You can't really love somebody who doesn't love you because they're not giving you a reason to love them. What you're doing normally is loving the idea of being in love and having somebody and not being alone. It's not really anything that person is specifically doing to make you say, I love you. Number 7. You want to be the best for them and not get them to accept the bare minimum. A lot of people are like this. They want to lock somebody in. They're like, well, I want to find somebody who will love me for me, and I don't feel like I should have to do this. I don't feel like I should have to do that. You need to accept the way I am. You need to accept the way I'm looking right now. You need to accept this. You need to accept that. Girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm not always going to have money. I'm not going to be this. I'm not going to be that. You need to accept the fact that I'm struggling and, I may never get better. If you really cared about me, you would accept it. No, that's not love. Love is trying to be the best you can possibly be so you can be the best you can for them. It's not just saying, oh, well, since they'll accept the fact that I'm broke, since they'll accept the fact that I never exercise, since they'll accept the fact that I don't know how to cook, since they'll accept the fact that I don't know how to fix anything or provide, then I'm just going to be that person and I'm never going to try to improve myself and get better. If you really love somebody, you're trying to be the best you can, not just for them, but also for yourself. You're trying to be the best that you possibly can and not just get that person to accept crap because they will. That's not love, that's being selfish. Number 8. You are not looking for reasons to leave, but celebrating reasons to stay. With a lot of people, they always like, you did this, so I don't really need to be in this type of situation. I don't want to deal with this crap. I don't have time for this bug crap. Get on out of my face with that. Girl, if you gonna act like that, I don't even need to be with you. I'm chucking you to deuces. Well, you know what? I really don't like somebody who does this. I really don't like somebody who don't paint their toenails on the weekends. You know what? I don't got time for this. You're celebrating reasons to stay. There's always going to be reasons in a relationship that would make you want to leave. Let's be real. There's always going to be things that happen that make you want to leave. And there's going to be times in your mind where you say, man, I can't put up with this. I can't deal with this crap. I don't want to deal with this. And you may even state that. But every single day you're looking for all the reasons that you want to stay. Those things that may make you want to leave are not something that you're constantly concentrating on and wanting to think about. What you're thinking about mostly is things that make you want to stay. You're celebrating the reasons that make you fall in love with that person in the first place. And you're celebrating the reasons why you want to be with them and what the good things that they have going for them and not constantly concentrating on the negative. When you talk to your friends about that person, you're talking about all the good things that they have going for them, not dwelling on negative things. That's not love. That's just settling. Number 9. They're actually making your life better in measurable ways, and you are doing the same for them. You want to be with somebody who you could actually say, my life is better for this reason. You have helped to make my life better. You have helped to improve my situation in this way, and this way. Measurable ways. But you also want to be able to say that with somebody else. I see a lot of people will sit here and tell me, well, he just never got a job, and he just never did this, and his life just never, we were together this long, and yada, yada, yada. Well, y'all didn't have a real loving relationship. I know you might think you did, but you guys didn't. Because you couldn't help him make his life better, and clearly he didn't help you make yours better. If somebody is the same exact person that they were when you met, and their life hasn't improved at all, that means you haven't been any better for them than they've been for you. I know that might piss you off. I know some people are like, well, I did everything I could. And it's not necessarily whether you did or didn't. I'm telling you that you were no better for them than they were for you. If their life sucked when they got done with you, and your life sucked, that means that you really didn't give anything to their life. Maybe you tried to, but y'all didn't have a loving relationship that allowed you to grow. That's just the way it is. Number 10. You take as much pride in helping them be successful as you do in your own success. That's kind of piggybacking the other one. If that person gets a great job and opens up a business or something like that, you take pride in helping them to do the best they can at their job or for their business to be successful. Not just, here's what I have, here's what I bring to the table, and it's some kind of competition. That's not love. Love doesn't have a competition thing where I'm trying to be better than you, and you being good is a threat to me in some type of way. You're constantly trying to help them be better. And you take pride in them being better. You take pride in them gaining everything they can. You take pride in being the person to say, I helped them to do those things. Not just, I helped myself and made my life better, and you just got tossed by the wayside. That's not love. That's, once again, just being selfish. That's having somebody around while you're selfish. And it doesn't work because they end up resenting you. When somebody doesn't see their life getting better and they don't see you helping their life to get better, they resent you. And they usually leave or cheat on you with somebody or whatever. So when you think about the things that help you to fall in love, when you want to know whether or not you're in love, go down a little checklist and say, am I doing these things? Is this my mentality when I'm dealing with this person? Or am I just lonely and anyone will do? So go over those things in your mind again. Once again, checking, are they making you happy when you're with them and when you're not? You really care about them, their happiness, and not just trying to keep them around. Do you actually want to get to know them, or is it just like this is my fantasy person and hopefully you fall into that? I don't really want to know for sure. Is a relationship about you and them and what kind of person they are, or is it about them being different from your ex? Are you comparing them to somebody else constantly? Are you both each other's preferred company, or is they just somebody that you like to be with on a Friday night because you don't want to be at home eating Haagen-Dazs, or you don't want to be at home beating at the internet porn? Are you really just wanting to be with them? Do you both see a future together? Or are you just constantly talking about a future and they're talking about going to get some McDonald's? You don't want to be in that situation because that makes you feel bad and makes you feel like you're out there on a limb by yourself. Do you really want the best for them? Are you really trying to be the best person that you can be for them? Or are you just saying, accept the bare minimums, accept how I look, accept how I act, accept what I am, and that's what I'm looking for. I want to get married to you so I can lock you down into a situation where I don't have to get any better. Number 8, are you looking for reasons to leave, or are you celebrating the reasons why you want to stay? Are you happy about the things that are going on in your relationship? Are you trying to keep a positive attitude, or are you just constantly being negative? Number 9, are they actually making your life better in measurable ways? Are you actually making their life better? Are things getting better for them since they've been with you? Are they just getting worse? Do you see you helping them to get better? Or are they just constantly, falling off? Is that the same thing that's happening with you? Like your life used to be good and now it kind of sucks. Number 10, do you take pride in their life being better? Do you take pride in their success? If not, you probably don't really care about them. Are you in a competition where you kind of want to keep them down? That's not love. So hopefully I was able to answer your question. Once again, it's your man, Chaz Ellis. Please hit up Kickstarter.com. It's the Chaz Ellis Project on Kickstarter.com. Make your donations. We only got 8 days left. We're getting close. All you guys got to do is make those donations. Like I said, it's going to help me to do some skits. You're going to see a lot of cool, funny stuff that's coming up on the Chaz Ellis Project. You're going to love it. It's going to be worth every penny of it. I promise you that. Hit me up on the Kickstarter.com, the Chaz Ellis Project. Also, some of you guys keep hitting me up on Ask Chaz Ellis on Facebook. There's a lot of discussions and things that go on there. So, also, make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Do it. And share this video with your friends. Some of them need to know this information too. And Peace.